Internet, and welcome to the premiere of Elegant Creatures, the third installment of our Elegant Streamatic Universe, the ESU. We will have some sort of ridiculously long subtitle to be determined eventually. No worries, we will keep up with that tradition, even though I will hate myself afterwards. Hey y'all, we're here. So excited. We are here to play not only some new Urban Shadows 2E Quickstarter, but also our beloved Good Society in a lot of ways. We've taken them, we've shoved them together, and we cooked up a little something that we're just calling Good Shadows. It's basically Urban Shadows, but with all of our fun stuff from Good Society thrown on in. It's gonna be great. Let's see. Let's do some housekeeping things. I believe for the rest of the week on GGK, we are scheduled as usual. Tomorrow night, we're gonna have our Neon Souls game, which we are reverting back to the earlier time slot, I believe. That'll be back to 8 o'clock.
8 to 11. Yeah.
8 to 11? Yeah. So yeah, come back on our even better earlier time, 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow for Neon Souls. Val will talk more about that, I am sure. And then yeah, Saturday for Saturday Night's Mistborn, and then Sundays we'll be back for Slaying 201. All the hits, all the greatest hits, they're here, and it's gonna be a great weekend, y'all. And we're gonna kick it off. All right. Yeah, let's go around, and we got to sort of meet these characters during our lovely session 0, but let's officially go around to this amazing cast and have everyone introduce themselves, their new characters, and yeah, where the hell we can find them on the internet. I believe we start with Val.
Hi, everyone. I'm Val at the Kraken's Crown on Twitter and Twitch. You can find me here Thursdays through Mondays running games like Sid said. Tomorrow I'll be running Neon Souls, which is our fate swashbuckling sci-fi adventure. And yes, we're returning to our prior time slot of 8 to 11, so you get an extra hour of that sci-fi goodness. So come hang out tomorrow for that. Otherwise, I run 2 other games on this channel: Saturday Night's Star Power, which we had a makeup session of last night, which will hopefully be going up on YouTube soon for you to enjoy. Lots of dramatic stuff happened. And then on Saturday this week, we'll have Saturday Night's Mistborn. We're playing the Mistborn RPG based on the novels by Brandon Sanderson. And that's basically me. I just run a lot of crime shows here on this channel. But tonight, I will be playing Leah Terra, who is the Oracle.
Excellent. I believe we go to Savvy.
Hello, I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets, mostly on Twitter, where you can find my streaming schedule pinned to the top of my page. Like Val, I'm here Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays, either playing in games or running them. I run 2 games on this channel, one on Sunday afternoons. It's called Slaying 201. It is a long-standing Monster of the Week universe that takes place in the fictional town of Cedar Grove, Georgia. And then on Monday nights, I run good old Dungeons and Dragons here on the channel. We're playing Hoard of the Dragon Queen on a show called The Forgotten, and it's really fun. And then you can also find me when I'm not here, not for the next couple weeks because we're on hiatus, but you can find me Sunday nights on twitch.tv/lbhackemup with Alex and a few other fun folk playing masks most Sundays. But tonight I am playing Juno, and she is the wolf.
What's up, RJ? Did someone say trauma? That's a great segue for RJ.
Hey everybody, it's me, RJ, and you can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life. Sometimes stream with my friends. You can catch me over at the Indoor Adventures on Monday for our homebrew campaign. Here, of course, on Thursdays for both Elegant Creatures, and over on Saturdays for both Mistborn and Star Power. It's getting wild, y'all. Sunday mornings over at the Hype Goblins channel. And finally, in the PM, over back at the Indoor Adventures channel, where we're doing Witchlight. Yeah, there might be an interrogation. We'll figure that out as we go. But today I'm playing Agustin Luis Castillo, or Gus, shorthand, and he is the Spectre.
Alex.
Hello, I'm Alex. OMG, it's some guy on the internet's mostly here. Tuesdays, I'm either running a Masks game or playing in a Savage Worlds game. Also here. Thursdays, obviously, and Mistborn Saturdays. And like Savvy said, I'm also over on LB Hackamup's channel, Sunday nights playing Masks. But here tonight, I am playing Max Dalton, the veteran.
Big Papa Max. And last but not least, our new arrival, Wally.
Sup, y'all? It's me, Wally. You can find me on Twitter at WALLE132, just like the cute little Disney robot. And it's me, Wally, your non-binary slime best friend. It's been a while since I've done this. Who's also not once, not twice, not thrice, but your 4-time TTRPG Gifts nominated streamer. So go to TTRPG Gifts on Twitter. Find the TTRPG Gifts and Nominations Award and vote for Unmade Gaming and vote for Super Dylan, because those are two shows that I was both on and the cast is fantastic and they blew it out the water. So they deserve all your votes. They deserve all your love. So please let us make it into 2022. Yeah, 2022. Wow, 2022. On a high note. To date, I'll be playing Sandalphon, aka Sandy, who is the imp.
Yeah, they are. All righty then. Can't read chat when I run this game, ever. We have some pre-game things to go ahead and take care of before we jump on in. We do have some starting debts to hand around to our fellow player characters. We also have some residents of our lovely city of Concord that we might know, and they might owe us a little something. Debts, for anyone unfamiliar with the Urban Shadows game, debts are, we were just talking about this before stream, sort of a currency, sort of a respect or reputation sort of thing amongst the supernatural or the supernatural adjacent community. It's basically, hey, I might help you out, but if I do, then you might owe me later, and you better cash that in, or else, you have no honor, and you're probably gonna get your ass kicked at some point, in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. So
Is that a promise?
Maybe. We can't go down that road right now. We haven't even started. So, did anyone have a good debt they'd like to start with? We could just go around, or if someone has all four ready to fucking go for it. Who wants to start?
Wait.
Or am I gonna pick a mandatory volunteer?
I can go first since I'm the new guy on the channel.
You can go first because you want to, Wally.
One of the starting debts is that you partner with someone on your schemes. Both of you are profiting in equal measure. You owe each other 2 debts. I was thinking that it would probably be Juno, for the fact that I am using her area as a location for my facilities. So in that she protects, like, monitors who's going in and out of the area, while also I give her a cutback of any kind of business that happens here within my facilities.
I like it. So you both take 2 debts on each other. Excellent.
Or should I do another one, or should I keep? Or should I?
If you want to just bang out all 4, go for it. That's fine.
Okay. I would say, for someone is consistent patron or customer of my establishment, regularly relying on you for your services or your assistance, they owe you 2 debt. So my place is operating a gathering place or place of power, and I also appraise and sell magical objects and items. I think I'm gonna do that one is gonna be for Gus, because I know Gus has a magical item, if I recall. There you go.
That you
so there you
know
go.
about.
Yes, I am keeping it safe for Gus currently. And
That's
the
secret.
third debt I have is you offered someone work when no one else would give them the time or day. Ask them if it worked out in your favor. They owe you a debt anyway. I'm going to do that for Leah because Leah is an oracle. Probably there were some people who probably viewed her talent as weird. So they probably may have like shoved her aside. I was like, no, come here. I'll give you a chance. You set up inside my shop for a little bit. You draw your cards. You do what you need to do. Gather in your help. Get yourself off your feet drum up a few business. Then you can leave whenever you want. Is what I offered to Leah. Did it work in my favor though?
I'm trying to decide. I think not, because I think that Leah probably maybe was not as down on her luck as she might have seen. Maybe because you have a place that's kind of that you deal with like rare and unique items and stuff, and Leah was probably using that mostly as a front to just get in the front door and see about how she could get an angle on the place to, I don't know, maybe work it over or something, or at least see whose pockets were. Oh no, I see. She saw somebody coming in was using it as like an opportunity to like grift somebody who was using the store, who's using your services, which like pissed off a client or something when Leah eventually stole something of theirs or gave them a bad prophecy or something like that.
Sandy 100% respects Leah's games, like hardcore respects that game, even if it did blow up.
Game.
Even if it didn't blow up in the faces, it respects that 100%. Regardless, you owe me a debt. And for my fourth debt, this is a debt for Max, and this is the one we choose to make up because I only have 3 debts on my sheet. So Max, you're this hunter who is experienced.
But too damn old for this shit.
Yeah, you're way too dang old for this.
Now
shit.
I'm mostly just making gear for others to use.
I provide you material because some of the gear you want is very hard to acquire or is very difficult to make. I know ways to get you various types of material that you need through my establishment.
Mm-hmm.
So you owe, should I say 2 debts or 1 debt for this?
I'd say 1. I'd say the 2 debt was more like you guys mutually aid each other and have for a long time. So
got it.
Yee.
I have a question.
Yes.
We are marking down on our sheets the debts that other people owe us.
Correct.
Because we're spending them. Okay. So
Yes.
I don't mark anything on my sheet for
you owing someone else. They're keeping track of that.
Okay.
Exactly.
I was just making sure we're on the right page there.
Correct.
And
All
that
right.
is my debt.
So that's Sandy's debts. Who else is ready? Juno.
Okay. So I'm gonna start actually with the one because I'm gonna double up on one of mine.
Totally cool.
One of mine is someone lives in your territory benefiting from your protection. They owe you a debt. I'm gonna give that one to Sandy and to Max for their respective histories together.
Cool.
So you guys both owe me for that. I'm racking them up on Sandy.
All right.
Over
Jeez.
here. And yeah, it's 1. Okay. I also have someone intervened on your behalf when you crossed someone powerful from another circle. You owe them a debt. And I think that is Leah. because these circles that she and Juno are affiliated with are, I would say, very, very different. So I think because Leah is
Power.
power.
Yeah.
Power. Unlimited
Uh,
power.
Yeah, so I
It
think
does not exist.
probably in doing something to sort of protect their territory, Juno crossed somebody, and Leah got involved, intervened on her behalf a little bit. So I owe you for that. And then the one I'm gonna give to Gus is someone hired you for a job and you fucked it up. Tell them why another obligation got in the way. You owe them a debt. So I owe Gus a debt too. And I don't know what kind of job Gus would have hired Juno for, but I can probably say almost 100% that something probably came up within Juno's territory while she was off doing whatever this is, and sort of just left it halfway through to go home and deal with that
Asked
instead.
you to bounce for him for his bar, and then you just left.
Yeah, and Juno bailed halfway through because something came up at home
Mm-hmm.
and is sorry, but is
Oh.
not that sorry
She's gonna be.
because her home is probably the most important thing. So yeah, I also owe Gus a debt. And we're not doing our NPCs yet.
Not yet. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do that in a second.
I could not remember the instructions.
That is okay.
And yeah, that's all I like.
I got mine.
All right, Gus. Gustifer.
So I'm gonna start off with my double up because I think this would be hilarious. These two chuckle fucks almost destroyed one of your anchors once, perhaps by accident.
Does it legitimately say Chuckle Fox, or is that one of the ones that you made up?
Someone almost destroyed one of your anchors once.
I like Chuckle Fox
RJ's
included. Go ahead.
editorial, I would say.
I'm paraphrasing. That's not what that means.
Got it. I enjoy it though. Continue.
They owe you 2 debts, and I'm going to give this to Max and Sandy because I feel like they get up to some shit.
It was very much a thing of I overestimated the protection of one of your anchors, and it was pretty much like a really random slip up kind of thing that Sandy refuses to mention ever again in anyone's presence because it was such a face fault for him. But it was such a wacky hijinks, though. It was really wacky hijinks.
I think
Get up to some hijinks.
Gus asked Sandy and Max to get rid of like an unruly specter who anchored down at the psychopomp.
Oh yeah.
We can't have 2 people haunting here, buddy.
No, we can't. That's bad for business. It's what it is.
Hey, you cool with that, Alex?
Yee.
Someone or someone's progenitor was involved in your death. They owe you a debt. I want to say Leah's progenitor or friend, the fairy, in Gus's past life convinced him to go on the expedition.
Okay.
So, Leah's benefactor, Kamal,
Kamal, yeah, okay.
Oh, gotcha.
who is an angel.
Are there oh, well,
Ye-
okay. There, well, you know what?
Uh-huh.
Full circle.
Which, yep.
Kind of works.
Yeah. Given the drama that ensued from that jungle expedition and the angels. Yeah, I'd say so.
Cool with that, Bell?
Yeah, I'm. So this was how long ago did you die?
5 years ago. That's what we're establishing.
Okay.
Closer to 10 if it was involved in the
jungle
background
stuff.
elements of the Quiet Year. Yeah, so that'd be
Okay.
10 years ago. Is that okay?
Cool. Yeah, that works. That he'd be pretty young, but that works for the timeline. I think.
I mean, there are cherubs.
No, but like he would have been late teens. I think is what I'm going with. So that's I think that still works.
Okay. And finally, someone is actively watching over one of your anchors. Juno is looking over my blue Russian Otis.
One of your anchors is a kitty?
It's a cat. Ask them
Aw.
why they agreed to keep it safe, and I owe them 2 debt.
Guys, I think Juno loves cats and everyone thinks it's hilarious.
That's hilarious because of Sandy's true form.
I think Juno just really loves cats.
Amazing.
And when the
no.
cat needs somewhere, like when cat sitting is needed, Juno's like, I'll do it. Always.
I love it.
Plus, she's got like an apartment and stuff where the cat can actually stay. So, yeah.
Yeah. And that is me.
hilarious.
How many is it?
I owe you 2 debt.
What was mine that I owe you a debt or you owe me a debt?
You owe me a debt.
Okay, so
So
I just
I
make sure I
can-
didn't miss something I need to write down. I can do mine, Alex, unless you have yours.
I think I've mostly got mine. Gonna be polling the group on some of these though.
Okay.
Because I guess first I have 2 that could both be very good for Juno, and I'm curious which one you think is stronger given our relationship. The first option is someone relies on you for training or knowledge. Ask them why they need your help. Tell the MC what you've provided and ask how many debts 1 to 3 you're owed. Or someone keeps pulling your ass out of the fire when you forget you're retired. You owe them a debt.
Oh man. Those are both really good.
They really are.
I really like the dynamic of pulling your ass out of the fire when you forget you're retired.
Yeah. So I owe you a debt for that.
I think that'll be funny. Okay.
I like that a lot.
Let's see. I think. So I guess I'm curious of the rest of you who feels like you might come to Max for training or knowledge.
That actually would tie in perfectly with one of the ones that I was gonna use for Max. So
Okay.
if you want to go with that one.
Sure. So why do you need my help? And again, kind of the backstory of was very briefly kind of an operative amongst the different factions, but now is purely quote unquote a support, gear manufacturing role.
So I think that Max probably has a lot of knowledge of the area and the people at play and knows a lot of things. And I'll go when I do my debt, but it's related to knowledge that helps with Leah's visions. I think is where I'd like to go with that.
Okay.
That could get fun. I like it.
Yeah. So if it's providing knowledge of people in the area, MC, how many debts do you think Leah owes me for that?
If this is like a continuous thing, like you just have a standing, like she'll come to you, ask you, you help her out to the best of your ability. I'd say 2. I'd say 2.
Okay. Works for me. And then I think the one that I am going to double up on is you're working on something big for someone and it's nearly ready. They owe you a debt. And so working on something big for both Gus and Sandy.
Ooh. So do they get to choose what that big thing is?
Sure. Yeah, we can go with that. But you both
Let's
owe
Max
me a debt.
making y'all.
And I guess now might be a good time to briefly talk about my workshop, which is the
Sure.
veterans thing. I can do a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole thing for asking the MC what I need to do to actually make it, but the features it currently has are high-tech electronics and computers, machining tools, and a mystical focus.
Ooh.
I
Any
think
ideas?
I
mean,
have.
we can keep it really vague too, and if it just pops up in narrative, that is
I
totally
mean,
fine.
I know one that works perfectly for me because since you said you work on like security stuff, that works well for me. For one of the assets of my place is that it has a high-end security. So I can say you created my security system that was like top tier security. So you made it. I owe you that.
Cool.
Works for me.
I'm wibble wobbling between a few things.
That's okay. We can
go
keep it
back to
vague.
it.
Like if it pops up later, shout it out. We'll solidify. But yeah, just keep that in your back pocket. Max is making you something. Cool.
It's my turn now.
I believe so.
Cool. All right. I'll go ahead and do the one for Max. That's the first one on my list. Someone helps decipher your visions with unique insights. And that's why I was going to go with Max being the old timer of the group. You owe them 2 debts. So you get another 2 debts for that.
So I'm up to 4 on you.
Woo!
It's a lot of debt.
You
Like,
I do think I get to do some fun things with if people owe me debts. Or maybe I'm thinking of my intimacy move. We can come back to that
Yeah.
later.
all right. Max the Vision Daddy. Next one, you had a dark vision about someone, but gave bad guidance. You owe them a debt. I think this one is the one I'm going to double up on because I think Leah does this a lot, which is going to be fun because that's also my corruption move. So I think I'm going to go with.
were these accidental? Like she accidentally gave bad advice, or I think the corruption move is if you purposely give a bogus.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, if you lie about the details of a prophecy, yeah, or offer a false one. I guess maybe it's not purposeful. Maybe it was an accident. I guess we can decide what the prophecies were. I think I'm gonna give those to. I think I'm gonna give those to Gus and Sandy. Yeah, we'll do that. So I owe both of you 1 debt that you can add on to whatever Leah already owes you, because I think Leah's owing everyone at this point except for Juno. And I'm gonna tag on to what I have on Juno. For the third one, someone interfered with your destiny. They owe you a debt. Tell them if you've forgiven them. They owe you another debt if you still hold a grudge for their actions. And so, since I was thinking, especially with Juno, with this thing that you came up with the helping with the circle or something, that maybe Juno interfered with something or kind of fucked over what Leah was trying to do in that regard. Whether Leah's forgiven Juno. I'm going to say Leah still holds a grudge. Can't guilt me.
Look at this. Look at the
Look
puppy
at
face. How can you still hold a grudge against that?
Look at that
Minimize my
precious
Zoom
soul.
window. So yeah, I'm going to take 2 debts on Juno.
So I owe you 2 debts.
You owe me 3 now. Yeah.
Okay, 3 total.
Yeah.
Cool.
Excellent. I believe that's everybody's starting debts among PCs. But you also get a debt against a resident. Against, not necessarily a bad thing. You have a debt from a resident. There was a full-on list of residents near the back of the PDF, or you can make some shit up, because, hey, this is our game. We'll do whatever the fuck we want with it. Anybody ready with their resident? Juno.
That's me. I picked one from the book. I picked Dinesh Chopra. Dinesh is is part of the Mortalis Circle as a human, is a hunter who keeps his block of boutiques a vampire-free zone by any means necessary, and I thought that was a fun little cliche. So Juno has incorporated his block, because their territory is like a couple of blocks, like a neighborhood, has essentially like incorporated his block into the neighborhood, so he has backup. So she kind of watches the shops. So I'm imagining he's like owns like a salon or something. Sure.
No vamps.
Juno goes to get their hair cut because their hair probably grows really fast.
Oh, I love
It's probably
that.
in there like
That's
every
great.
week, like getting a haircut, and also
Make all the boy werewolf go wah.
God, I haven't thought about that movie in so long. But yeah, I think she's in there a lot, and sort of adopted his little block to help solve their vampire problem.
I love it. And so they have a couple of shops. So Dinesh like has a salon, and then the salon has like a store attached for like personal care products. So
Yeah.
a couple of the stores. I like it.
They're described
And-
as boutiques. Okay, cool.
I love it.
I got one.
Do it.
So the one I chose was, her name was, I chose Mrs. Lane, a wizard and owner of an exclusive 5-star hotel who lives for gossip. The reason why Mrs. Lane owes me a debt, it's not because I'm helping Mrs. Lane out herself. No, her son, which I am naming Madrid Lane. Yeah, you saw what I did. Go on, roll your eyes at me. I don't care. I'm immortal.
I didn't roll my eyes. I didn't roll my eyes at all. I just pursed my lips and stared at your screen on Zoom. That's all I did. Continue.
But pretty
That's right.
much, I have they're pretty much one of those like influencers. They're big time. Like a lot of people know about them. They're very rich. They're well known, but they get into a lot of trouble. I make sure that none of like their too wild, rambunctious nights gets too well known, and I make things go away. I make certain things disappear. I make certain things on the books go away. So because of that, she owes me.
I would like to say, Wally, I also played the imp in the short run, and basically we have the same brain because we chose all the same shit, and I love it. Okay, I also picked Mrs. Lane. I love it. I love it. Excellent. Who next?
I can go.
Okay.
So I actually went with a custom one because I forgot that we could just pick one of the ones from the
I
book.
like new stuff. I like custom. What you got?
So I came up with Nutmeg the Dryad, Meg for short. She actually comes from the weird jungle and like has manifested as dryads tend to do around, powerful magic nature places. So she is the Wild Circle, and I think she ventured too far out of the magic jungle shortly after she manifested a consciousness and got overwhelmed, basically had a panic attack. But Max was nearby because he often, wanders by the jungle to meditate on his kids' disappearance, demise in there in the original expedition, and saw that she was, struggling and helped her out, helped her get back in. And, he still visits from time to time, brings her some trinkets that he's made, and she makes sure that, like, none of the more hostile things in the jungle will bother him.
So he Papa Beared her. That's amazing.
Pretty much.
I love it. Nutmeg, Meg. Awesome.
I also made one up.
Woo, what you got?
I named mine Anders Lively.
Any
His
relation
faction is
to Blake?
yes, third cousin.
Cool. Thank you. Continue.
His faction is Mortalis. He's a cured lycanthrope who runs a small financial company and is trying, by all means, to live a quiet life after leaving the Circle of Night. And they owe Leah because Leah has used her powers to make his firm wildly successful, predicting stock market trends and things like that.
Excellent.
It's the return of Cyril Callis, who is a famous
Hey!
paranormal investigator who gives out free advice from the comfort of his apartment's bus stop. And I think for why they're part of the Mortalis circle, Cyril got over his head by giving the wrong advice to some amateur paranormal investigators, and Gus was there to basically step in and like save them.
Excellent.
Wait, no, can I change mine to Mothman?
Yes.
While Val
Is
is
there-
not here to defend themselves,
Please.
they're about to go sprinting across the house.
Please.
So, okay, you have to name Mothman. What's Mothman's real name?
Montgomery Mothington.
Oh, no.
Mothy
Do they go by Monty?
Jr.?
Monty Moth, not to be confused with Monty Moth.
Monty McMoth Jr. Shabadoo.
I'm going back to Cyril. Goodbye.
I may end up using Monty anyway. We'll see.
You're welcome. You owe me a debt.
Oh, yes. The GM owes you a debt. Oh, no. Oh, amazing. I think that's all the pre-game things we need to do. So, I think we might get started. Let me change up our music a little bit. Excellent. We begin at night. Night and the quiet. In a place so vast, so expansive, so unbelievably unknown, it seems impossible that such a complete quiet could exist. And yet, throughout the darkness, the deep night, punctuated occasionally by the ever-present falling stars from the crossing shattered moon, all that can be heard is the silence. Silence and a gentle breeze floating through the sinewy vines and leaves covering every mismatched building, dwelling, and structure in Concord. It's either very late or very early. About 4 a.m. What are you doing? Nothing, I'm fucking asleep is a perfectly acceptable response. But just in case, people have different hours, especially in what would probably be called at least 10 years ago before, pre-crossing a city that never sleeps. Perhaps you are up to something. What are you doing? I just want a little sliver, not like a full slice, but like a sliver of life right now. Anyone up to hijinks? Gus.
Gus is currently working the bar. It is karaoke night at the Psychopomp. Someone is screeching "It's My Life" in the background as he is just cleaning a mug.
Okay. So as the specter, being, you're manifesting is something that we'll have to discuss. So if you are able to hold and clean a cup, that means you only have one other option. So either the cup is floating in midair and no one can see it, but you can talk, or you're visible, but you can't talk.
The big joke here that I want to make is it's after hours, so a lot of the spectrally patrons are there. So there is a ghost screeching "It's My Life." I think he's
Awesome.
manifested being able to be seen and being able to touch and hold things.
No talking, though. Okay.
No talking.
It's 4 a.m. Hopefully you're not having to yell too much anyway. Excellent. Will Gus be there? I'm assuming it's... How late does the Psychopomp stay open?
It stays open till about 5-ish, so it's closing, because then 6 is the day hours where actual people will come in.
Nice. Any particular plans for after you close up shop, Gus?
Maybe go see his cat.
I love it. We'll pan away then very quickly because the screeching is becoming unbearable. Seriously, Bon Jovi. No, it's perfect.
He just keeps showing up in games.
In every fucking game.
The true GGK BBEG. That and math.
Yeah, we will one day.
Truly the
destroy Bon Jovi.
Stanley of GGK.
It's fucking John Bon Jovi. Excellent. Anyone else?
Max has unfortunately woken up and had to roll out of his cot that he sleeps on in the garage to re-up the wards that keeps his dead wife Maureen out of the garage, because otherwise she is berating him and not allowing him to sleep, and so he has to go and do reinvest some energy into the silver why can't I think of the word door jam? I don't think that's quite what I mean, but that and some runes on the wall that keep Maureen in the house proper. And so he has had to turn the garage into his sanctuary at home, but he also doesn't want to leave the home because of sentimental reasons and all that, and also the other roommate who's there, which maybe she'll talk about when we get to her. But yeah, I think it's sees it's 4 a.m. tries to decide, fuck, I'm already up, and goes over to a desk that he has it's not his full workshop here, but goes over and starts working on some more sketches and designs as the sounds of his wife berating him fade into the background now that the magic is powered up again.
Excellent. And to clarify for those that did not watch the session 0, Max's ex-wife, I believe, Maureen.
Yeah. I mean, X in the sense that she is dead. I don't think they got divorced. Ever.
Okay. But she is a ghost.
Yep.
It is till death to you, so like I think dying annuls the
Like
marriage.
legally speaking, I guess I don't know if those sorts of laws and regulations have been updated now that there are sentient ghosts. I don't know.
Yeah, certainly in the mortal world, Max is a widow, or is it still widow when it's the guy? But in the supernatural world, yeah, I don't know how they view the marriage still.
Wow, we could do like a whole stream about all of that. We're not even gonna touch that right now.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Anybody else?
I'll go.
Yeah.
Juno is just now, as quietly as she can, trying to make her way home. She's been out. I think she goes out at least once during the night to sort of patrol the neighborhood very quickly. Sort of does a run around, make sure everything's okay, nothing sketchy's going on, and is currently trying to make her way very quietly back in when she realizes Maureen's awake.
Oh no.
It's like, oh no.
Juno, we will say, in fact, you had a bit of a bumpy night. The big news around, particularly your neighborhood, is tomorrow is a big day. The small park within your territory has furiously been preparing for a big grand opening of a new community farm. They have been working feverishly on a new strain of rankles. The crop that is sustainable for both supernatural types and humans. The drawback being that humans find it absolutely bitter and disgusting. However, this was the big draw of this new strain. Apparently, it actually tastes okay to humans. So a lot of human funding, a lot of Mortalis funding has gone into this shit. And they are very excited to unveil it. So there's a lot going on. They were setting things up for this grand opening tomorrow evening. There's news vans, there's caterers and people, not news vans, news rickshaws? Yeah, we'll go with that. Someone carrying those around. They are preparing for a big event tomorrow. Okay. So it's been loud, noisy, a lot of people that shouldn't really be here, but given what it is, you'll deal with it. So rough night, Juno. And now Maureen's awake. How do you deal with Maureen when she's around?
I don't know that Juno actually deals with her at any point. I think it is just one of those where if she's the target and Maureen starts going off, she just listens and is very nice and polite and just sort of lets her get whatever she's pissed about out of her system and makes some tea, waits for her to settle down, and then just goes to bed. I think she's very non-confrontational.
We'll say you lucked out, and Maureen has gotten to just like the unintelligible wailing portion of her evening before she, goes off to figure out how to do something else. So yeah, there's not a lot of substance to the yelling and everything going on. So you just go about your business. Head to bed.
Yeah.
Quietly enough that you don't disturb Max, or
If she doesn't,
Max probably has like a security system set up in the garage and like sees front door opened and sees the camera.
Knows
And it's
that
like,
she's
oh,
home.
okay, but leaves her to it for now.
yeah, I don't think she says anything. If Max doesn't come out of the garage, she doesn't want to like disturb him if he is somehow asleep. So
I think you just get a text that's, sorry about Maureen.
it's okay. The little smiling cat emoji.
she does love cats. Excellent. Anyone else?
So Sandy is currently at his establishment, which is one part a place that facilitates the holding and the fencing of magical items, but also it is a gathering place and a place of power. Said gathering place, however, just happens to be the best cabaret on this side of the colony. Inside it's very nice looking in there. It's beautiful setup. It's like a nice flowing down like a theater kind of setting that looks like pretty much it looks like they found like an old theater and then turned it into this or something like that. They took an old theater and just turned it into this establishment. And currently he's sitting in one of the box seats that looks down at the stage, and he converted that box seat into his own personal office. And down at the stage, he's able to look down at the performers on the stage, people coming and going, and just he's able to conduct business there while looking down, making sure everything's okay. And that's what he's currently doing right now. He's currently just taking in the show. He's watching. Currently on the stage is performing is it's a specter, but they're invisible. But they're singing. So it's almost as if it's like just this disembodied voice is just filling this huge theater hall, and everyone is enjoying it, and people are walking around, passing drinks around, and just taking it all in, enjoying the thing that he created with his hard work.
I like it. Enjoying this haunting, ethereal, spectral performer. You feel a tap on your shin.
I look down to see.
You see who you expect to see at that level. Your red cap bodyguard bouncer,
Named
Chauncey.
What is it? What is it, Chauncey?
Boss, there is someone saying that they were supposed to get VIP all night. They're getting a little pissed.
And who said that I owed them VIP treatment all night long?
I don't know. I haven't seen him before. It's Vamp.
Why don't you please send them up to my
Pointy
office?
teeth.
Why don't you send them up to my office so I can speak to them directly, Chauncey?
You got it, boss.
Thank you very much.
Pats your knee and skips off to talk to a patron downstairs. Pretty standard stuff, being the manager. Anything else for you this evening?
Currently, also right now, he's currently in his human guise right now. Right now, he's looking He's tall, dark skin. He has a bit of a flat top that's shaved on faded on the side a bit, and this is what he pretty much looks like right now. But he saves his true forms for other reasons.
I look forward to other reasons. Should be fun. Wonderful. As Sandy goes off to take care of business. Anybody else?
I think Leah's at her apartment. There's it's got like a studio, big open windows, big open space, but it's just like trashed in like clothes, and there's shoes on the floor. There's like tarot cards spread across the table with underneath like empty bottles of vodka. There's or like panning across, like there's a vanity with a bunch of like mismatched jewelry and wadded up dollar bills that are like all over the place over there, next to an overturned purse. Looks like it's scattered the last night's haul across it. And then just a big lump on the bed with a comforter pulled up over it. It's like a phone buzzes and her hand just like snaps out and silences the phone before tucking back underneath just this like mountain of comforters.
We'll say the phone buzzes again.
Hand bolts out and then like retracts with the phone to look at the caller ID.
It's Camille.
Fuck. Bolts upright, hair just like a mess. Purple hair just splayed out all over the place. Makeup sort of running. She went to sleep in it. Fuck. Hey!
Leah.
What's up?
What
Hey.
is up?
Nothing, Cam. Just sleeping.
For
like
how
most people
long?
do. I try to get 8 to 9 hours, beauty sleep, all that.
So if you had slept at a reasonable hour, you should be fully rested.
Nope, that's not how time works. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I think I rolled in about 3 hours ago. Can you call me back in about 10 more?
May I reiterate, if you had gone to rest at a reasonable hour, you would be fully rested.
Okay, yeah. Is there a reason for the wake-up call?
We have an event to attend this evening.
Okay. Right. Well, if it's in the evening, then I've got plenty of time to get there.
Only if it is safe for us to attend. For you to determine that may take time. I wished simply to give you that time.
Right. Cool. So you want the usual then?
Double.
I can be there in like an hour.
2 is fine.
Sweet.
Your eyes
Okay.
get puffy if you do not get rest.
Yeah, that tends to happen to us people that need sleep. Right. Cool. I'll see you in 2 then.
Goodbye, Leah.
Yeah. Talk to you in a bit, Cam. Hangs up. Back under the sheets for another hour.
As annoying as it is, pretty standard. Excellent. Let's move on to, I don't know, the actual morning, an appropriate time. It's 8 o'clock. The sun is rising over the bustling metropolis of Concord. Most of you have things planned this evening. What would you like to do?
I think for Gus, he popped over to Juno and Max's place. So he's currently sitting in the kitchen with Maureen, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, though I was imagining Maureen is mostly active at night, and so maybe she's there, but it's like even less manifested than you are.
Yeah.
I
There's
imagine
a bottle
she's
of... Sorry about
she's a weaker ghost than like the specter is.
There's like a bottle of wine and 2 glasses on the table. He's just been trying to placate her. Otis walks up, hops onto Gus's lap, and just gets all the scritches.
Juno's probably up and around. I think Juno does the like micro sleeping thing. Sleeps for like an hour or 2 and is like up doing things, and then like came home, slept for like a couple hours, and has been up since like 6.
Nice. They say it gives you back like a full 2 hours of your day if you really get into the rhythm of it. So, hey, more power to her. Maureen is, at this point just, crying spectral tears and drinking the wine. But no, nothing to say. We'll say, I don't know if I want to get into the complication of like too many different variations of ghosts. She is a specter. But she's weakened by the fact that she has only one anchor left, and it's your house. Which could be really fun later. Yep, that's what we're saying.
Not.
Or very fun. Yeah, that's what we're gonna go with.
Like, if Juno's walking by, there's like a whiteboard. Gus writes breakfast ? On it, turns to her and holds it up.
Oh, yeah, I can make something.
I was gonna cook.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I just unloaded the dishwasher, so.
Nods his head. Kind of wipes the whiteboard clean again. Writes breakfast ? On it. Taps a camera to activate it, like motion sensor wise, and holds it up to the camera.
You hear coming over the speakers, yeah, I'll be in a minute. And I think you hear the sounds of or the sounds of the garage opens, shuts. You hear plodding down the hall as Max makes his way to, I think he uses the guest bathroom at this point. And, is gonna take care of business in there before joining the rest of the household.
Maureen downs the rest of the wine that you provided, slams probably too hard the glass into the sink, and just floats off back to the rest of the house.
Juno immediately washes the glass and puts it away.
As Gus begins to cook, he's just bobbing left and right like he's humming something, but you can't really hear it.
Oh. Good night last night at the bar?
Karaoke night.
Oh.
Devin decided to do his set list.
Oh, not again.
A lot of Bon Jovi.
Yeah, it could be worse, I guess.
I wonder if one of his anchors is a Bon Jovi album.
Probably.
Just simple bacon, eggs, and toast. Puts down a plate for himself and then realizes, shit, I don't eat.
It's okay. Max comes in not too much later. More salt than pepper, hair wet. Full beard is like still using his fingers to comb it. Has just like a shirt on that says like, "Fish fear me, women fear me, men fear me, everyone fears me." And shorts on, and comes and sits down at his spot at the table, kind of quickly glances over and just drags Gus's plate in front of him too.
God, Max is my father-in-law. Jesus Christ. Okay. Whew.
Morning.
Morning, pup. Thanks for cooking, Gus. I was gonna get to it, but I got caught up in a new design.
What are you making now?
Well, and actually one of the hands you see is a prosthetic, essentially auto mail, like Full Metal Alchemist. Just working on some new designs. One of my fingers has started twitching, so I gotta figure out what's causing that.
Wow. It's always impressive.
Well, I'm also still working on the your thing, Gus, and got something for Sandal Fun nearing completion too.
Just a thumbs up before he turns to Otis, picks him up long cat style, waggles him around a little bit, sets him down, waves goodbye to Max and Juno, and like begins to leave.
I mean, Gus, you're welcome to join us for breakfast, though I know it's a little awkward with not being able to eat.
Holds up a finger, takes a few moments, begins to disappear, and then you just hear a oh, that's a lot better.
Decide to stay?
I mean, the bar is mostly closed down for now, and I don't have anything to do this morning.
Okay.
What are the both of you up to today?
Well, I've got to get back down into the neighborhood. All of that new farming business, whatever's going on down there. I feel like I should be there for it.
Right, with the rankles, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Apparently they made some that don't taste terrible to humans. Yeah, they'll be really pleased about that.
Yeah, well, I think I'm one of the de facto judges of that, but they also want me to help check over some of the equipment.
That's a good idea.
Well, guess I'll take a stroll down there too.
All right.
Muted Sid.
8 o'clock. Do you know where your oracle is?
I guess Leah's at Kamale's right now. I think maybe on the way. I know he said 2 hours. Maybe she's just showing up right now.
Oh no. Is that pretty
Maybe-
standard for her?
Yeah, maybe overslept a little bit. And is like running up, but I think sends a text over to I guess Juno, and just like very quickly, she's like running up the steps, like text, thanks for the assist last night. That got a bit rough.
Juno just texts back, yeah, anytime, with a smiley face.
Were they still breathing?
I think so.
Cool. Did you find a wallet by chance?
There's like a minute of her like typing and then stopping and then typing again. Yeah, a couple.
Right. I'll pick them up later if you still have them.
Okay. We're gonna be down in the neighborhood. All the new farming news.
Okay, over by Max's.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll meet y'all there. Got some stuff to take care of first.
Okay. See you soon.
And goes running in the door. I don't know what Kamel's place looks like. If this is like a super snazzy office building or.
You tell me.
I was
We've
imagining,
established that they don't have to sleep, so I assume their place doesn't have like a bedroom or anything. But yeah,
I was
where
imagining
do
like
they post up.
corporate high rise. Like it's just an office building. And so gets in the elevator, heads up to the top or like one of the upper floors.
I want it to be that huge loft space from fucking Bruce Almighty, where Bruce meets God, and it's just big open space highlighted with just white
With
walls
And just, like,
one
one
filing
desk.
cabinet.
and one fucking filing cabinet.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot.
So he's straightening up in the elevator, adjusting sunglasses. Elevator dings, steps in, just loudly announces, "Sorry I'm late."
I'm in my office.
You're always in your office. This whole thing is your office. You really need to put up like walls or partitions, maybe a sofa.
I have nothing to hide.
Right. Goes walking up to whatever Camille is doing right now.
Along with the one filing cabinet, they have like one completely glass-topped desk and a white leather office chair. And they are creepily sat at it, one leg crossed over a knee, hands folded, waiting.
I hope I didn't make you wait.
I'm used to it, Leah.
Right. Is there another chair for Leah to sit in, or is just awkwardly standing?
I think awkwardly standing is more entertaining, so nope, just the one chair.
All right. So event. Tell me about the event.
The Mortalis faction has been putting together a new breed of rankles. They're hoping to raise a good deal of money for their endeavors. It should be rather standard. However, I would like your full discretion on this.
Yeah, sure. Yes, you have my discretion on this.
I suspect that someone may sabotage the event.
Someone's trying to sabotage a patch of trash cabbages.
Those trash cabbages could amount to a great deal of money. So yes, I think it is highly likely.
All right. Sure. I'll see what I can see then. You planning on being there?
If it is safe for me to be so, yes.
All right. Hands out, you know the drill. And sort of takes his hands, and will try to read his future.
Excellent. Is this our first roll?
Yeah, I guess.
Woohoo!
Okay, so I have a move called Soothsayer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making sure this doesn't apply to... Got a special thing with my benefactor, but I don't think... No, it's when I go to them for help.
Ah.
Okay. Oh, I forgot that I was supposed to do foretellings at the start. It says before each faction turn or at the start of the game. I don't know if we're just waiting till the faction turn to do that.
We can roll it into this. That's fine.
Cool. All right. I'll go ahead and roll for Soothsayer. So when you turn your prophetic tools to read somebody else's future, roll spirit. So Leah takes their hand and then sort of, oh shit, forgot, and reaches into a bag and pulls out a glowing crystal, which she then sets onto the table between them, her crystal ball, and begins to focus her psychic energies. So I roll spirit on that. Shit.
Would you like to tell the class what you rolled?
That's a 5.
Mm-hmm. What happens on a 5?
On a miss, you see vague shapes of what is to come, but something is obscuring your prophetic powers. The future you tried to read is beyond your sight until you resolve the interference.
Okay. We'll roll in your beginning roll too. What is your beginning of session move?
So I also roll with spirit. On a hit, I pick one of these options. It all ties into my connection with the benefactor and my destiny.
Okay, I will have you roll a second time, and we'll talk about all of it.
All right. Well, this one, it's a 7. We're going up.
Hey, improvement.
Okay, so on a hit, I pick one of the options below. It says after the faction term or at the start. MC will tell you what your prophetic tools have revealed. And then 7 to 9, I have to choose one. Okay, so the options I have is Fate has provided an opportunity to fulfill your role for your benefactor. MC will tell you how to seize it. An ally has come to own an item that might reveal more about your prophecy. The MC will tell you where they keep it. Or a tragedy has made it possible for you to escape or alter your prophesized path. The MC will tell you what you must do.
All three
Let's
of
go.
those sound intriguing.
They do sound intriguing. Okay. And I think I'm going to pick an ally is coming to own an item that might reveal more about your prophecy.
Has come to own an item.
Mm-hmm. The MC will tell you where they keep it. And then on a 7 to 9, I have to choose one from the list. I'm not going to read them all. I'm going to say... I'm going to go with a threat is closing in. The MC will tell you why it stalks you or your benefactor.
Okay. You set up for this fairly perfunctory reading. I feel like in some way, shape, or form, Cam has you do something like this, not necessarily daily, but at least a couple times a week. Almost like, trying to get a weather forecast from you. You sit, you gather your energies. You, being fairly familiar with the area where Max and Juno live, Juno's territory, you begin to see flashes of that same park. And almost like a time lapse, you see the full construction of this new Rankle Farm, from the just neighborhood park that it was to how it is today, complete with everyone gathering around and all of the hubbub going on this morning to prepare for the event this evening. The camera flashes closer and closer into the field itself, close to one particular plant, flash to the base of the plant, flash to the ground underneath the plant, and almost as if you hit a brick wall, you see simply a flash of deep crimson, a flash of almost a blade, something sharp across your eye line, and you quickly come out of the vision. But not entirely, as you're back within Cam's office. But directly behind Cam, you see, hanging directly over their head, a gunmetal gray dagger floating in midair. And as quickly as you see it drop toward Cam's head, and you blink and it's gone. You are fully back within yourself.
Just a surprised look on Leah's face. She sort of retreats back.
And you have the distinct feeling, as you are wont to have, this dagger. You need to talk to Gus.
So do you want the good news or the bad news first?
As I've told you before, good and bad are very relative. Whatever you prefer.
Okay, well, there's no real good news, so I'll just go with the rest of it. It's not good. It's bad. It's distinctively bad. Something's gonna go wrong. I don't know what. You're in danger. Or as much danger as you can be in as a being of celestial grace and blah blah blah, all that.
Flattery will get you nowhere, Leah.
Yeah.
What am I in danger from?
A dagger? Like a gray dagger.
Have you seen this dagger before?
No. Have you seen this dagger before? I know that sounds very generic. I think most daggers come in gray.
I have seen many daggers in my life. Nothing comes to mind.
Well, I don't know how the two things are connected or if they are at all. Something at the Cabbage Patch is blocking my foresight. So I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest.
You did not see my immediate demise. Or yours?
No. It was heavily implied, though. Yours, not mine.
Well, then you will go as my emissary this evening.
Kind of had plans.
You will go as my emissary this evening.
Fine. Fine. Okay. I'll go. Apparently some other people are going to be there, so I'll talk with them.
Wonderful. Perhaps they can give you more insight on this dagger.
Maybe. Be optimistic about it.
Whatever
I should
gets
get
you
going then. Yeah. I'm gonna go because I got a thing to go to now, so I'll go do that. See ya later.
Be careful.
Yep.
If you were to die, I would have to destroy half of the city.
It's good to know you care.
Of course. Goodbye, Leah.
See ya. Just very quickly, speed walks to the elevator.
They have not moved from their desk.
Yeah. Yikes. Well, starts heading to the neighborhood to meet up with Juno and Max and find out where Gus is, I guess.
Excellent. Sandy.
So first thing that happens is, because I get a beginning of the game move, business as usual. So I roll mine, and on hit, my usual operations provide an opportunity to advance one of your schemes or generate a new scheme.
Woo.
So I am going to do that right now.
Why don't you roll that? What'd you get, Sandy?
See here, I got a 6 and a 1. Did I do it right? Nope, I did not do it right.
You hit the dice twice. You can
Yeah,
roll
the
again.
dice twice, yeah. How do I roll this?
You should be able to click on your corresponding.
Oh, there we go. Okay, there, right.
There you go.
I got an 8.
You got an 8. What happens on
Yes.
an 8?
So an 8, nothing, just pretty much normal things happen. I just get to generate a scheme, but oh no, wait, nothing happens. Only on a 10 plus this happens, so nothing happens at all.
Okay. So,
But
kind of
what I
business
am
as
going
usual.
to be is, though, Sandy is they are currently on the back porch, or like the back balcony of Juno and Max's place, and it's kind of like sitting out there, but specifically basking in any kind of sun that's hitting them. And they have like a newspaper open, and they're just sitting there reading it. And every time like the sun moves, they kind of just like lower the newspaper down and look up at it and sigh. They fold the paper, they get up, and they sit down wherever the sunlight moves to, open up the newspaper, and goes back to reading. And as he's flipping through, he's musing, he goes, Maxford, quick question. Are you aware of this whole Cabbage Patch thing that's going on?
Yes, I'm quite aware. I had to try some of the early prototypes, and well, they still weren't great. But you know, Juno says the people will help. Says it should all be good by now, so I'm just hoping it doesn't, make me want to vomit.
Oh, I'm certain that this new food will benefit your people immensely. I'm just wondering, have you heard any word of anyone has reached out to claim any kind of business with it?
Oh, I mean, I know there are a bunch of, sponsors, some more public, some, silent partners, that kind of thing. Max probably would know some of them, but Alex doesn't know the names of the people involved. But I think has been, well, not overtly trying to seem like it, has been helping Juno with some of the organizational stuff in this, doing his Papa Bear thing, but is trying to not, what am I trying to say? Doing his best so that Juno feels like she is the one in full control and authority, and he is merely an advisor in a completely informal capacity.
I know, he catches that. I catch that. You're right. Of course, dearest Juno would understand really what's going on. I just rather look out for this community is what I'd rather try my best to look out for. It's such a product can hit the streets and anyone could take advantage of it in the worst possible ways. Corner the market and create some kind of, I don't know, what do humans eat? Souffles, right? You eat souffles, right?
I mean, some humans do. Only if I'm feeling extra fancy.
Well, you dear Maxwell, you are the most fanciest human I've ever encountered in my entire life, and I've encountered many humans, as he says, as Max is wearing whatever dad shorts and Crocs they are wearing.
Yeah. Either I need to introduce you to more humans, or I need to bask in my fanciness.
Oh, no, Max, you have to understand. You see, I encounter many humans that decide to, how can I put this, gild themselves. They will fancy themselves to put up a show that for the first time, when someone observes other human, they are able to gauge the status of wealth. It's kind of like the peacocking, as you tend to say. However, I respect and appreciate you so immensely, Max, because what you see is what you get, and that what I see here is a truly powerful, handsome human being, and who is not afraid to show their true side of themselves.
Once again, bad dad joke t-shirt, shorts, Crocs, full dad bod. It's like, well, thank you, Sandy. Alex had a thought where to go. I would say the right back at you, Sandy. Except for the human part, I guess.
Oh, well, this is just a little thing so that the humans don't go, oh no, it's a demon. It's just really just a guy's thing. But regardless, this Cabbage Patch is truly a fascinating thing. I'm definitely going to look further into it. Oh, I don't want to step on Juno's toes. Juno, I don't want to step on your toes or anything with this Cabbage Patch thing that's happening.
Juno's like brought Sandy some of the breakfast that Gus made. Yeah, sure.
Well, obviously, I am certain you're doing this to benefit the community and once again, I respect and I'm so proud of what you're doing. But I just want to make sure that has anyone else approached you about this and securing this area?
No, but I think the neighborhood's pretty well secure.
Good, wonderful. Well, just to let you know, Juno, you always have my assistance in whatever you need in this neighborhood, especially this.
If Sandy is leaning to see into the kitchen, they'll just see a floating cat, like just going past in double doors.
Is it like that gif of the cat floating up the stairs?
Probably, yeah.
I like to imagine just the sight of a floating, long-catted, like blue Russian just floating through the air, like down the hallway is a pretty standard sight in this house.
It's like Sandy just looks at that non-pulse and just goes, just like looks at the blue Russian right in the eyes and a look of like, I get it. Then looks back at Juno. As I said, though, I am not certain if any of the other circles will try to make moves against this thing. Just whatever you have planned with it, whatever the neighborhood plans, just know that we of the Wild Circle will do our best to make sure this patch prospers and benefits everyone.
Right. I can't imagine anybody in town would want to make a move against a good sustainable food source, but sure.
Well, kid, that we've got some, there's we've been keeping an eye on that sort of thing. I don't think anyone's gonna mess with this, but Sandy here does bring up a good point about this being potentially a very important crop if it if it doesn't taste like shit anymore.
Yeah, so I imagine the point was to sort of test it out and then, expand it so everybody has access to it.
It's true, yes. I do hope that whatever they plan on doing with it is, feasible for everyone. Anyone can have access to it. So, harm in making a little bit of business on the side from it. Who knows what you can make from this stuff? I don't know. What is it you drink? Smoothies, they're called, correct? Smoothies, right? You can make that with this thing.
I imagine
Probably,
so.
though. Any of the old ones, not enough sugar in the world to make it taste good. Again, for, us humans.
There actually is like a Jamba Juice offshoot that did manage to like they brought the bitter in and made it like almost palatable, but otherwise not.
I think at the mention of like making money like on the side and stuff, I think Juno looks really uncomfortable but doesn't say anything.
Hey, well, we can figure this out later, right? I mean, there's a big event today. We gotta make sure everything's running smoothly. I mean, if, something goes horribly wrong and the whole patch catches on fire, it's not gonna matter if, there's anyone to make profits on it. So we should make sure everything's going smoothly, right?
Why would it catch on fire?
I don't know, freaky shit happens all the time. Or have you not seen the world around us?
Yeah, no, you're right.
But the irrigation systems I rigged up should also double as a fire suppressant in the worst case scenario. It's gonna be fine, kiddo. We're just being overly cautious. It's a big day. We want things to go smoothly, and old farts like me tend to think of the worst case scenarios so that we can be prepared.
Right. Yeah.
This is probably the best time for Leah to show up. It comes straight in the front door, grabs a piece of toast from the counter and starts shoving it into her mouth and says, "Actually, Juno, I'm here. By the way, the Stankles are in danger."
He lowers his newspaper down and looks at the others like, "Oh, well, there you go. Stankles are in danger."
I'm not. I mean, obviously it's not my choice, but I'm not sure that's the best thing to be calling them. What? Danger?
Danger, like the Will Robinson kind. Danger, yeah.
Right. So aliens?
No.
Is that not the Will Robinson? God, it's been a little bit since I've seen that.
Yeah, Will Robinson is mostly aliens.
It's aliens.
Well, yeah. That's alien. Yeah, the rankles.
While everyone argues Lost in Space, real quick before we do take our break, Sandy, your phone rings.
Hello?
Sandful.
Speaking.
Hello. This is Argyle. I believe I tried to meet with you yesterday at your club.
Oh, yes. Argyle, dear Argyle. You were the gentleman who said that they were promised a VIP evening. Is that correct?
I believe you got misinformation. I said that I wished to grant you a VIP experience.
Grant me a VIP experience. Oh.
Yes, get on the ground floor. Sandoval, how would you like to make a great deal of money?
So if you should just lead with that, honestly.
Straight to the point. All right, I can appreciate that. All right, straight to the point. How do you feel about rankles?
Well, how do I feel about rankles? I feel that they are a wonderful new crop that has sprung up and has granted many opportunities for everyone in this area, if used properly.
That's unfortunate. I was more considering the opportunities of razing it all to the ground. How would you feel about that?
What I would like to know is, why exactly would you want to do such a thing?
Money, dear boy. It's always money. And that's where we'll take our break. Hey! All right. Yes, we pumped in enough drama to take our break, I think. Lovely. We shall run away very quickly. We shall refresh our drinks, refresh ourselves, bio breaks, unpack all of that, and we shall be back shortly. Please stick around for more solar punk shenanigans. Stay tuned. See you soon. Welcome back, Internet. Thank you for chilling with us while we refreshed ourselves, bio breaks, refreshed our drinks, got surprise Christmas presents from our loving siblings. I fucking love these. Lenny, I love you. Mwah. You're never going to watch this. That's fine. You have 2 children. It's okay. I love you. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Anyway, I'll clip that later and send it to her. It'll be great. We're back. Before we went on a break, Sandy got a very interesting phone call. However, we did realize that we had one more friend with a beginning of session move that we're going to do right now.
Here's the thing. I don't ever get to play these games.
Exactly. But Juno
me.
has a beginning of session move. What is it,
It's
Juno?
me. So it's for the beginning of the session, and it's also for if you are actively patrolling your territory when you're hold on. If you are actively patrolling your territory when time passes. So it's for start of session and then time passing. It's called Comes with the Territory. So I roll with blood to see how my territory is doing.
Well, it's bustling. We know that for sure. But how it do, Juno? Let's see.
We're gonna find chat's in the way. better be doing good. He's doing bad, I would say.
Ooh.
That's a
For our
5.
friends at home, that's a 5.
So
What
this
happens
is
on a
why.
miss?
Well, see, this is why I don't ever roll on the dice rollers.
Uh-huh.
And I roll my own dice. Oh, 10 is good. 7, 9. Okay, so on a miss, or if you aren't attending to your territory, which I am, things go south, and your troubles are fast and furious. So my territory has tags.
Oh, okay. What are they?
So it's got blessings and troubles. So the blessings that it has, which are not going to come into play now, are supported. You're widely accepted as this place's protector. And hunting ground, your territory includes open grounds for you to roam and hunt. Which I thought made a lot of sense because I'm protecting a lot of these fools from vampires and other things.
Mm-hmm.
But it comes with some troubles, which are crime, which is just the automatic one that it comes with. Haunted, your territory is plagued by a mystical or supernatural presence. And upheaval, which I think is the one that makes the most sense here. Mortals in the area are actively trying to revitalize local businesses and infrastructure. Which is good, but also is troublesome while it's happening. So I've got crime, haunted, and upheaval.
So your troubles come fast and furious.
I guess I'm haunted by Dominic Toretto.
Family.
Family.
All right. Excellent.
Good start. Good start, neighborhood.
We'll save that for later, shall we? Yeah.
Sure. I'd love to not have to deal with it right now.
Not right now.
Juno's really stressed.
It's a big night coming up. But yes, that's going on. But at the moment, everyone is arguing whether it's aliens. But Sandy's got a call. Sandy, have you walked away, or are you continuing this phone call in plain?
I am
earshot of your
making.
pals?
I'm making the phone call. I walked a little bit away from the others as I am talking on the phone.
Mm-hmm. Which is pretty standard for Sandy,
Yeah.
I would gather. So Argyle has propositioned some business for you.
I see. I see, Argyle. Now, if I may provide you with a bit of a follow-up question.
Of course.
Actually, I would like to make a roll.
Ooh,
I
okay.
would like to use a move specifically, though.
Okay. What
which one
move?
is it? I would like to use measure the mark to try to figure someone out. I would like to try to figure something out about Argyle. Like, why the heck did he suddenly out of nowhere make this call to ask me to do this?
Okay. I believe that would be a mind.
Yeah, when I figure something out. Yeah, so that's mine.
Okay.
So 2d6 plus 2. Not that much.
Well, let's try that one more time.
Oh, an 8.
Okay. So I believe
So-
that's a hit.
That is a hit. Okay, cool. I get to add, along with the other questions that I get to ask, I get to add one more question to the list.
Ooh, fun.
Let's
What's
see.
your question?
So I get to add one of the following questions to the list. I have, what pressing need do you have that I can address? What's the most valuable thing you'd offer to sell me? Those are the 2 extra questions. And
Okay, so this is basically, it's a figure someone out roll, but you also have additional questions you could ask.
yeah, basically
Okay.
it is, yeah.
So on a 7 to 9 for a figure someone out, you get to ask one question. So you could
Yeah.
ask one from your extra list or from the main list.
I'm gonna do who's pulling the character strings.
Argyle, and you got a little bit of interaction with them that evening before. Argyle is a vampire. So you would gather they probably do some business with a knight faction. Given the area that they're talking about, near Juno's territory, which is fairly, due to Juno's running interference in particular, as a pretty vamp-free zone, which Night has taken a bit of an affront to overall. You are not sure, however, of any particular higher-ups that Argyle runs with, but definitely a member of Night.
All right. Argyle, let me ask you a quick question.
Of course.
Now, you cannot see me face to face, so asking that question would be actually completely pointless. But do I sound like a fucking idiot?
Far from it.
No, but I understand you would like to do business with me and to really benefit your circle, but I have a bit of a saying I like to believe in is don't bite the hand that feeds you unless you're trying to take more food than you want. I'm currently very comfortable where I'm at right now in the company I keep, and what you would like to do is, how can I put this, goes against my company. Now, if
Which
you
is
would
exactly why you would be the perfect individual to get in on the ground floor with.
see. Argyle, I'll get back to you on that. How's about that?
Take the morning to think about it. Don't keep us waiting too long.
Oh, I won't. Don't worry.
Ta-ta.
He heads back to the others, just like kind of tapping his chin, thinking. A bit of a question. Leah, what did you burst into the room saying earlier?
That the rankles. No, I think I specifically said stankles are in danger.
So in danger. See.
But Juno asked not to use the word stankles, so I'll stick with rankles.
Thank you.
See. Juno, do you know anyone in the Night Circle outside the usual vampires you beat up and patrol on occasion would have anything personal against you and the rankles that are growing?
Against me? No. I mean, I don't spend a lot of time with them, but I mean, generally everything's okay. At least around here.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you in a little bit of an information then. And I'm saying this because I respect you and everyone in this room as dear people that I can trust. I received a phone call earlier from a business partner named Argyle. They made a request for me to burn down the Rankle Patch.
Why?
That is what I'm trying to figure out. The only thing I could think of is that it would benefit the Night Circle, that is a group that he runs around with, being that he's a vampire.
Juno here is also a knight, though. Isn't that going to cause some problems?
It's true.
Yeah. Loyalty is sort of the whole thing.
Exactly. Now, question being is, who suddenly decided, thinking that this was a good idea, to just want to burn it down? And I think it has something to do with your vision, Leah.
Yep, that seems a bit yeah, that seems accurate. Who was it that told you the vampire the they're trying to burn it down?
It was a gentleman named Argyle.
So could we just find out from Argyle what's going on?
I think we should. I told him I would get back to him about this. He was very tight-lipped on who is really behind all of this. I just know that this is benefiting that circle.
I will remind everyone, I believe there is a move on putting a name to a face or face
Just
to
about
a
to
name.
ask about that. Does it require actually being face to face with them?
Yeah.
No, I think you could do this by reputation.
Okay, because the veteran has a special variation of that. Old friends, old favors. When you first encounter an NPC, you may declare them an old friend instead of putting a name to a face. And roll with mind.
That would work better than mine.
Yeah. And so on a hit, they offer you comfort and aid, even if it exposes them to danger or retribution. On a mixed success, tell the MC why you owe them a debt. On a miss, tell the MC why they want you dead.
Roll it. Go
Okay.
for it.
So roll plus mind. Well, that is a miss.
Has anyone succeeded on anything? Just
I don't think
fully
we've had a
succeeded?
full success
We
yet.
have a full hit. We only had partial hits.
Yeah, we've had hits, but not not 10 pluses.
Yeah.
Not yet. Roll
Not
is
yet.
being a some bitch tonight.
I mean,
Yeah.
could I use my move to also try this? Because I have one also.
Well, should I tell the MC
yeah.
why Argyle
that's right,
wants
yeah.
me dead first?
Unless
Oh,
one of us
well, so
could
this isn't a-
help.
Yeah.
That's true. We could bring it to a mix, to a 7 if something.
Unless
Good.
Alex, you want the failure.
I think it. I'm trying to
Argyle
think which
wanting
would
you
be more
dead could
interesting.
be fun.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Because I am part of that circle, so my knight is +2.
Yeah, I'm also just trying to. I'm still unclear on how we get the you have rolled successfully with a circle, and thus you get to mark it for marking advancements. I don't know if this would affect that at all.
No, you're good. Since it's
Okay.
it's a failure, you're good.
Okay. I think we'll go with why they want me dead, because either it would have been if it had been a success, it would have kind of nipped this in the bud and had us have to do an offshoot. And so I think, basically when Sandy first said someone wants to burn down the crops, Max let out, some curses. When the name Argyle comes up, it's just oh, Juno, I'm not sure this is about you, kid. I think this may be some bad blood from my old days.
Maxwell, is there a story behind this?
Let's just say once upon a time I was commissioned to try some shotgun pellets filled with silver nitrate and holy water. And Argyle may have been on the receiving end of one of the prototypes.
Huh, so they would go after the crops to get to you. It's ambitious.
Yeah, I mean, he knows can't get into my house, too many defenses, and, comes from me directly, Juno's going to go after him, but going after the crops, that's enough distance, I guess, in his mind.
Okay. So, what can we do about it? I mean, he reached out to you, Sandy, right?
Correct.
So obviously he's looking for somebody to do this for him. He's not just going to show up himself and set fire to something. And if you tell him no, he's just going to look for somebody else to do it, right?
That
He will.
is to say that he probably hasn't already asked a bunch of people already, swinging cat back and forth.
They're just a floating cat, and we just hear Gus's
All the
voice
time.
basically coming from the cat.
Mm-hmm.
I just keep scritching. Oh God, what's the cat's name?
Otis.
Otis. I kept wanting to say Oscar, and it wasn't right. Just every time he sort of comes by, I'm just like, "Good, just scratch." But so if he's coming to you, what if you tell him yes?
But then we set a trap?
Or at least we know who's going to be down there trying to burn the place down. It's better than not knowing, right?
This is very true. We would have the information that we need. Okay.
Maybe we can shut it down.
Okay, yes, sure. I'll reach out to him and I'll let him know. Plan will go through and then arrange a meeting point, and so one of you can lie in wait when I make the handoff or whatever money they would pass off to me.
And do what? That was as far as I got.
Well, I'm not a
plan.
hitting person, so
Okay.
I don't know anything beyond that initial plan myself either.
If you need some
Okay.
backup, I can maintain cover. You can't see me, but I'm motioning to myself.
I should probably be at the event itself.
Yes, if you were at this drop off and if they even saw you, it could make things worse.
Plus, if he does have backup or a plan B, somebody should be there. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Where's going, I can, give you some gear, help you figure some things out.
Yeah, I can't see any way this goes wrong.
Have you looked?
I could.
Might give us an edge.
All right, who's going?
I mean,
Oh,
at
you
least
can't.
Sandy is.
See me raise my hand. Raise his kitten paw.
Sandy for sure.
I assume that's Gus, and your cat isn't haunted now.
Everything here is a little haunted.
Sup, Gus? Cool. All right. Let's give this a shot then. Can't go any worse than the last time.
I nodded like Leah could see me.
Comes with the territory.
I'm just gonna make some more coffee. Does anybody want some?
Please, thank you.
I need to
Yeah.
do something with my hands.
Blue Russian handed off.
All right.
Come on, Otis. I got you some tuna. Don't tell Gus.
When you said the tuna, like Sandy tries not to look, but then just turns their focuses back on Leah.
She also got the tuna for Sandy. She just doesn't know. There's a secret tuna casserole that's just like sitting in the fridge, just like waiting for lunchtime.
All right. I'll do another reading, I guess.
Okay. Soothsaying again?
Yes. Set up at the kitchen table once they clear the breakfast away. Lays out some tarot cards. Gets to work. So I guess I'm specifically reading... It's read someone's future, so this will have to be focused on one person, I assume. Guess I'll go with Juno.
Okay.
Or should I go with Max? No, Max is staying here.
Yeah, Max and Juno are both gonna be sticking around the farm. It was Sandy and Gus who were gonna go and
Sandy then.
potentially meet with
To
Argyle.
like meet up.
Yeah, should be.
Actually, no. I'm gonna go with Gus. I've got it. Got an idea.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with Gus and read Gus's future.
I can do something with Sandy after this to help too, but
So the plan would be that Gus and Sandy would go meet with Argyle before this evening, and that's what we're looking at? Okay.
yeah.
All right. Roll spirit. Come on, good rolls. It's a 7. Jeez.
Does anything happen on an 8?
No, it won't make a difference. So the exact wording of this is when you turn your prophetic tools to read someone's future, roll spirit on a hit. MC will tell you something new and interesting about their destiny.
Okay.
That's all I get this time.
Something new and interesting about their destiny.
Mm-hmm. So it could be related to this, or it could just end up being anything.
Okay. It's a slightly unusual, but I feel like you've probably read the fortune of several specters along the way. You've read everybody's fortunes along the way. So I guess you place your hands out, and Gus has to find you, as you can't really find Gus in his state. You focus your energies, and Gus, that dagger, where are you keeping it, bud?
He is currently keeping it in a lockbox that he asked Max to like enchant with some runes to keep it sealed in the psychopomp.
Okay. Leah, you would see flashes of the exterior and then the interior of the psychopomp. Flash to the back room. Flash to a rune-covered lockbox. And then you get almost like the side view of within the box, cuts away, and you see a now familiar looking gunmetal dagger inside. And then quickly, that box, in a bright flash and spark of light, is busted open as a hand reaches out swiftly to remove it from the interior. And you come back to yourself.
I don't know what I drank last night that is giving me these strangest visions today. Hey Gus.
Yes.
You don't happen to have a gunmetal silver looking dagger in a lockbox in the back of the...
There's just a hand that goes over Leah's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
What? just you can't see me, but hold on. A hand on her shoulder as he like kind of gingerly pushes her into the next room.
Like sliding across. Since he's invisible right now, so it's just like her sliding across the floor in a chair, unable to speak, into the other room.
You're fixing those scuffs.
What did you see about the dagger?
So you do have a dagger. Cool. Someone's gonna take it.
Do you know why?
Oh no, I saw the thing kind of explode.
That's bad for business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You might want to lock that down.
Thanks.
Yeah. And like real quick. 'Cause other people will be in danger because of this dagger. I saw that earlier.
I'll move it somewhere else.
Yeah, or throw it in the bottom of the river, break it. I don't know.
I'll talk to Max about it later. Could you keep this between us?
What's in it for me?
I'll find you a
You know what?
bottle of... Sorry, go ahead.
Sure, buddy. You owe me one. I don't know what I'm trying to hit here. I still can't see you.
There's just a hand that goes around her wrist and then like to a shoulder.
All right, there we go.
So we would like to ask
I'd like
for
to take a
debt.
debt on Gus for that.
Yeah.
For doing him a favor.
Would you say that this was a moment of intimacy?
If I have a weigh in on this,
Of course.
I think that maybe because Gus didn't actually share much about like the reasoning behind it, that maybe we didn't quite get to that point.
Okay.
Leah might ask more about it later, but because I don't feel like, from Leah's perspective, I don't feel like that was like an intimate moment. But I don't know if you feel differently for Gus.
No, I was just asking for people to weigh in.
We
I'm
will
gonna
say
be-
though, this is a debt move, so Leah, you help someone out without immediate recompense, so you get to claim a debt from them.
Yes, excellent. My collection grows.
Leah only grows in power.
As Gus has now like thrown Leah from the room, I think Juno is in the kitchen just getting more and more anxious.
Think
Has
at
like
the kitchen
washed the
table,
same coffee mugs like 3 times and put them away, decided they aren't clean enough, taken them back out, cleaned them again.
Meanwhile, at the kitchen table, Max has pulled Sandy in and it's gotten like some blank pieces of paper out. And it's like, okay, so obviously we don't know exactly what Argyle's planning, but here are some likely possibilities. Gives you a bunch of C4 or something. That's bad. Gives you a bunch of gasoline or something. Also bad, but easier to deal with. And it's just going to start running through like a relatively paranoid list of possibilities of like, these are the ways that Max would think to fuck with the crops, and so maybe Argyle's thinking of this too. But basically all this is going for my veteran move, the best laid plans. When you work out a plan with someone, roll with mind. On a hit, hold something, and then you can spend your hold 1 for 1 regardless of distance while the plan is being carried out to do some benefits.
Oh, wow.
On a miss, still hold 1, but your plan encounters some disastrous opposition right from the start.
Okay.
So let me try this again.
Okay.
Hey, roll. Quit being a dick. All
Yeah,
right, go ahead.
please.
Well, that's another miss.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, y'all.
Everyone take out physical dice. I know you have math rocks. All of y'all have math rocks.
I do. They're
Take
right
out physical
here.
dice. Take them out. Everyone roll physical dice from here on out. I'm sorry, roll is being a jackass.
Is that one that we
Dingle.
could potentially? That is a 6 though. Somebody could.
Yeah, can I
Help
It's
to bump that
true.
Yeah, this is one where it would probably be good to help.
I would like to help.
I feel like everyone jumping in on
Yeah.
the conversation for the plan. That seems appropriate
Yeah, I
for
would like
someone
to
to help out.
Yes, definitely like to help.
So
Okay.
that would be rolling with Mortalis, right? For Max.
For Max's
Okay.
circle. Correct.
All right.
Who
Does
has the
anyone
best plus
have
Mortalis?
I bet it's not
Decent
me.
Mortalis?
Probably not me.
I have a +1.
Go.
Mine is nope.
I have a 0.
I have 0 also.
Might be Leah.
Imagine like just coming back in the room and says, "Baby dragons, pocket volcano." Just like to list off a couple of other.
Obtuse, rubber goose, green moose, guava juice.
Giant
Giant
birthday
snake,
cake, large fries, chocolate shake.
Okay, I'll roll Mortalis. Son of a
I thought we were
bitch.
doing
Oh,
that.
we were rolling. No,
fucking
no,
kidding me.
null and void.
Oh,
roll
wait, are
physical
we-
dice. Fucking roll physical dice
Okay,
right now.
hold on.
Roll
Get the
is being a
D6s.
turd.
Okay, I have 1d6 with me right now, so I'll just roll that twice.
Roll it
I kind of want to see.
Hold on, let me see what happens. All right, it's a 3. That's a 6. That's a 9 plus 1 is a 10.
Okay.
There we go.
There you
There
go.
we go. Not that hard once in a while to get
Woo!
good rolls.
Woo!
All right. So on a
We did
full
it, y'all. We beat
success,
the game.
you can jump in to help or interfere.
I interfere.
You can.
No.
Can I interfere? Because I just take a 10.
No. I'm looking for. Oh, that's not a
So-
circle move, right? That's a.
No, it is. It
It's a basic move.
is one of the basic moves. So yeah, it is lending a hand and getting in the way.
So I give
Yeah,
them.
so you use this move.
+1.
So yeah, you give them +1. So that would be
That gets me up to a 7.
kicks it to a 7. Okay,
Okay.
which is a hit.
Yes. So I hold 2, and that means I can spend those hold 1 for 1, regardless of distance, while the plan is being carried out to either add +1 to someone's roll, choose after rolling, dismiss all harm someone suffers from a single attack, or ensure your people have the exact gear they need on hand.
Okay, so you get to choose. You have.
I mean,
you
I
hold for 2. For 2
Yeah,
of
and
those.
just in
Okay.
the moment, I can be like, "Oh, hey, you have this thing," or "Nope, you didn't take that harm," or stuff like that.
I love it. I love it.
And we
Go
can
ahead
even
and
do
make-
the whole flashback to the heist planning thing of
Yes.
like, and this is why, you know, you get
And this is why
thing.
you always bring pliers to a job. Here you go.
That's why you always leave a note.
Okay, make that note. Faux show. That might come into play next time. Excellent. Bit of planning going on. All right. So, are we sending some emissaries to visit Argo?
Yep.
All right.
Gus is going to take a moment and do can touch, can speak, but cannot be felt or cannot be seen.
Cool.
There's something I want to do while they're going to do that.
Okay.
But it sort of hinges on a question I have, which is what we define as a building. So this event that's happening and everything, this is all like an outdoor space?
Yes. Think like a block of property that, you know, might have been sort of left a vacant lot that got turned into sort of a public park area that then got turned into this public farm. So there may have been a building there at some point, but it probably started as a vacant lot.
So, because I have to mark it's when you mark a building with signs or sigils, I just don't know if it would qualify if I could like mark like because it's a dedicated space.
Mm-hmm.
If I could like count that.
I will
That's like its
say
own little
I will say
area.
yes, because I feel like with everything that they've been doing to make sure that no shenanigans are happening around here, like they've invested a lot of time and money into this farm, that there's probably a fence at the very least. So yeah, we can say that that's enclosed.
Yeah, so Juno, while they're getting ready and are gonna go to their thing, is gonna go down to the sort of fenced in the little farm area. And I would like to use my move, which is my favorite named move in the whole game. It's called Mark of the Beast.
Yes. What'd that do?
It is when you mark a building with signs or sigils, roll with spirit, and you lay claim to the location for the next few days. So if I roll good, I can like sense who's there and like control the entrances.
Ooh.
And things. So I think Juno, with all of her many occult signs, is gonna go down there and try to mark it. She's essentially like taking a page out of Max's book and like setting up sort of like a magical alarm system.
I dig it. Yeah, so as they are putting together their plans, and even maybe on the tails of them starting to head out to meet with Argyle, Juno, you head out into your territory. The park is not too far. I would say it's maybe a block or two away from you and Max's house. It is still bustling. I mean, it's like barely past 9 o'clock in the morning, and there's publicity there. Like news is there. The catering staff is on site already, like getting this prepared for this very big event going on. So lots of people, very bustling. But I feel like Juno is definitely well known enough in the area that you walk on up and, you know, someone might look at you strangely, and then someone elbows them. It's like, it's Juno. They're like, oh, and they leave you alone.
Then she's like, oh, thank God. Please don't talk to me. I don't want to be perceived. I have to roll.
So find a side of the fence.
Spirit.
A fence post, perhaps.
Oh, see, it's so good when it's dice. I rolled a 6 and a 4. It's a 10 plus 1, 11.
Woohoo! So this is successful, I would assume.
Yes.
Do you get anything special on a 10 plus?
I do. So on a hit, you lay claim to the location for the next few days. On a 10 plus, pick 3, and there's only 3 options. So I can sense who is there at all times. Control it says doors, locks, and windows, so the entrances essentially to the area. And I can also, if I want, this is at any distance. I can, sense who's there at all times, control the entrances, locks, and windows, and conceal its location or true function.
Oh.
From any distance. So
Damn.
if I want, I can just know who's there, lock that shit down, and also make it disappear.
Make it disappear. Juno gets into an uncomfortable conversation, like right outside of it, and just goes, "Do not perceive me!" And the whole thing just
makes the whole
from
farm
sight.
disappear. Please. Please don't speak to me.
Amazing. God, I wish I had that. Anyway, wonderful.
Yeah, so this lasts for, the next few days.
definitely
This is a good move.
effective for this evening. Yeah, holy shit, it is. Excellent. Juno, you know the comings and goings of every person on that catering staff, of every newspaper reporter coming in and out to do interviews. You know that the mayor stops by for a minute or two to sort of walk through what they intend to do this evening. Yeah. Could be overwhelming.
Here's the thing. For Juno, I don't think it is. I think there is this moment where she like, it's sort of like after it's like very overwhelming at first, and then I think it sort of settles in, and then she just kind of like takes a deep breath, and now she like knows everything that's going on and is in control of the situation. I think for the first time in probably the past 24 hours, it's just like calm.
Juno is such a mood.
I think Juno is just me, is the thing. Because I'm realizing this.
Juno might be me too.
I think Juno might have my OCD diagnosis. But yeah, no, I think like it like settles and it's like a lot, and then I think it settles and she's like, okay, now I know. All possibilities are now in front of me. I can see them. We're good.
Solid. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good setup for your activities this evening. Some folks wanted to set up a meet with Argyle. Yes? You gonna call him back?
Yeah, I pull out the phone and I call up Argyle.
He answers on the very first ring.
Argyle, hello.
There you are, Sandy.
Yes, I believe I'll be taking your offer.
I knew you would say that, Sandy. You know why I knew you would say that, Sandy?
Oh, why is that?
Because you're an intelligent, bright, and, dare I say it, handsome individual. And you made the right decision.
Well, thank you very much. Now, perhaps a place of where the rendezvous point will be. We can work that out.
What would you prefer? I know you have your own place of business.
Being
we
that
could do this there.
Yes, being that my place of business is viewed as a neutral ground, I believe that's the best place to have this happen. You have my word that no funny business will be happening.
Understood. Shall I bring my associate along?
Please. I'd like to meet them.
And I know they would love to see you.
I look forward to meeting them.
Shall we say an hour?
Yes, it'll give me plenty of time to make it over there and prepare for your arrival.
Splendid. See you soon.
Yes.
They hang up.
Puts the phone away and looks to Gus and Max. All right, 1 hour. They'll be at my establishment.
It's not a suit and tie affair, is it?
Do you have a dress code, Sandy?
Yes, I do. It's a very fancy establishment. Juno's the only one who gets away with it because
I was
Juno's a
about to
precious
ask, is
snowflake.
Max also?
Juno and
allowed to
Max are the
get-
only two that get away with it because Juno is a precious snowflake and Max is a Grecian god. Now,
If you haven't noticed, I only
Sandy's into that dad bod. Heyo.
I only really have one outfit.
he like Sandy just looks at Gus and does a long sigh of like, well, you're gonna be invisible the entire time, aren't you?
Unless you
doesn't
need me to
matter.
do something, but
I,
yeah.
I don't need you to do anything. Is just be there for backup and be invisible.
Like a fly on the wall.
Thank you, Gus.
Lovely. We are running low on time, so before our friends head to the rendezvous point, anything else we would like to do to prepare?
I do think Max will briefly pull Leah aside as like Sandy and Gus are heading out and just be like, "Hey kid, you doing okay? I know you have your benders now and then, but something seems up your guff today. What's up?" I understand things might be weird and awkward. I know
Yeah.
your domestic life is complicated, but you can see mine is too. As I think in another room, just like something thumps as Maureen shoves it aside.
Yeah. Cam called me this morning.
Right.
Saw some pretty bad stuff.
That's to rattle you, it must have been pretty bad. But
I need to do something.
well,
I can't tell you what, because it might put you in a bad spot, but could I borrow some of your tools?
I get
I
it.
promise. Go.
You feel like you can't tell us, worried about dragging us into shit, but well, my experiences have taught me anything. It's that trying to do it solo is actually more likely to drag others in and into deeper shit than if you just told us from the start. But I can get you the tools you want. You can tell us when you're ready.
Yeah, I will. Like you said, it's just it's a weird situation. I just need to keep an eye on something.
Yeah, well, definitely got stuff for that, but you know, I know this is a weird hodgepodge family, but even though Juno and I are the only ones legally related at this point, I think we'd all feel comfortable in saying that we're a family here. But let's head to the workshop. And I am trying to use the veteran's intimacy move here, where when you share moment of intimacy, physical or emotional, with another person, tell them a story about the past and the lessons you learned. If they accept your advice, hold one. Spend the hold to lend a hand to that character from any distance. If they reject your wisdom, mark corruption.
Leah?
I feel like she's taking his advice to heart. Like, the only reason she's not telling him more is because she did promise Gus not to.
Yep. And Max was like, I understand you've got your reasons for not telling us yet, but eventually.
I actually think And this is a little forward thinking, is that I think she is going to take Max's advice, though, and I think she is going to ask Juno to come with her. So
I need to put something on my sheet for like, hey, I have a hold for this person to help them.
You should have notes at the bottom.
I do.
You can pull the notes up higher too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put this in like my moves and do like intimacy move holds. So this is mostly a me thing, I guess. If you're looking at the sheet later, that's what this is.
That's why it's nice to be able to reorganize it. Woo! All right. Anything else? All right.
I think real quick,
Mhm.
Juno has sort of very happy that her latest occult shenanigans have worked. Sort of busts back up into the house, and whoever's there, she's just like, it worked.
Good job, kiddo. Told you your wards were getting better.
And she like at that, she's like pulls out this little like notebook, I think, that she gives with her, like this little journal, and she's like just starts going just for like a minute, like at Max, just starts like talking about like, so the last one that I was telling you about, like I wasn't sure that it was gonna work, but I managed to combine a couple of different ones, and then I think catches herself and is like, sorry.
We're just gonna run to the workshop, get Leah some tools, and then yeah, you and I can talk shop. Good job, kid. And like basically does a head pat between, or so I know Savvy is wearing the ears. Does Juno normally have ears, or do they only manifest closer to a change?
I think it's something that only other like supernatural people can see. So I think like two people who are unaware, Juno is just like a very sort of tall, lanky human. But I think to people who are aware or like other supernatural beings, she has like much more like dog-like, sort of wolf-like features. Like she's very like angular and sort of has like the ears, and like her hair is like really really long, and she's got like long nails and everything. So
yeah. So Max does head patted, slight scritch behind one ear.
All right. Gus and Sandy. You are heading to Sandy's establishment. Sandy, does your establishment have a name?
I gotta think of a name for it.
Wasn't it going to be fourth
We'll
circle,
pause for
or
that.
did you?
I was thinking fourth circle. I think I do like fourth circle. I'm gonna go with fourth circle. Yeah, fourth circle.
That's
yeah.
pretty good. That's good. I like
Yeah.
it. All right. You escort Gus toward fourth circle. And you immediately, very prompt, spot Argyle outside. Argyle is tall, thin, very pale, sort of sandy brown hair, cut short, a little floppy, but dressed in an impeccable suit.
Sandy feels a slight pressure on his head. In Ghost Vision, Gus has sat crisscross applesauce and just floating there.
Like sitting on his head, Yusuke style.
Yeah. And it's just like
Amazing.
just like the mutterance of Daywalker.
Oh, Gaia, it's wonderful to see you. Why don't that's right, I forgot. Why don't you come inside?
Thank you. Head on in. On the main floor, up to your office.
He heads into his office, and like I said, the office is basically a reconverted balcony seat, and then he put like a big stained window where the opening of the balcony was at that looks over the club area. And he sits at the big desk behind that sits in front of the window. And as he sits down, that glamour that he has just fades away, and you see his like true demon form, which legit looks like a hairless cat is what he looks like a humanoid hairless cat. And he just sits down at the desk and just deeples his fingers like, all right, how do we get down to business?
Yes, I believe we should. And as they say should, something very strange happens. Argyle begins to jerk kind of unnaturally, quickly, almost too fast. It almost looks as if they might be like having a seizure or something along those lines. And then as quickly as it happens, they settle, eyes closed, and then open them and turn to look directly at you, Sandy. And you immediately feel the difference. This is no longer Argyle.
Well, who do I have the pleasure of speaking to with right now?
Oh, dear Sandoval, I would think you would recognize your own mother.
Oh.
And that's where we'll end tonight.
Mommy? Sorry. Mommy?
Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry.
You're
Let's-
in trouble.
Oops.
Yay! I had fun. I hope y'all did. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight. We do have some fun end of session things. So let's look over our list here. If I can find it.
Page
So
13 in the PDF.
thank you. We will begin with let's check out some advancements. So you would get to mark some circles if you made any circle moves, which I believe we had. Well, that would go into a lend a hand. We did have a lend a hand. Excellent. So you would mark, I believe, Mortalis.
Mortalis.
For that.
Yeah.
Let's see. If we triggered intimacy with someone, I believe we had that as well. So you get to mark with their circle, which is power.
Power.
Yep.
Yeah. We didn't have any city moves. And I don't think we had any others than that. We do get to adjust some circles. So, with your circle standings being where they are right now, you do get to swap some things around. So you can, given, if you want to, do justify it narratively, but you can add a plus to one, and you can take one away from your circle standings as of now.
We
Those
share,
will.
or is that just something we should do?
We can share if you want to justify real quick. We can do that. Feel free to shout them out. We don't have to go in order.
Yeah, because I'm
Do
just
we,
thinking about masks and how that works.
Do we need to adjust them? Because I don't feel Gus has grown closer or farther from any circle.
We do. So you will adjust them every time.
Okay. I am actually going to take one circle. Oh man, because I feel like because Sandy is supporting the Knight faction through Juno, but us at the same time, he's also going against the standing already that he has with the Knight circle, because I already have +1 in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then you know what? I'm gonna take one out of the wild standing and put it towards the Knight. So I have +2 for the Knight, because I'm becoming more like supportive of the Knight circle.
And at least getting in there, getting to know it a little better. Yeah, absolutely. Who else?
I think for Max, even though he's obviously being very supportive of Juno and always will be, there was the revelation of, oh shit, Argyle wants him dead. And so going to take...
I will add, you believe very seriously that Argyle wants you dead. You have no evidence of this, but yes.
Yeah.
Or I should say, you know he wants you dead. You don't know why he's involved in this scenario. Just throwing that out there.
Sure. Good clarification. But I think with that coming to the forefront, going to take 1 away from Knight, putting it back at 0, and do +1 to power, since had the heart-to-heart with Leah.
Sounds good.
Then I guess that means I will mark Knight, because I already marked power for the intimacy move.
There you go. Oh yes, and that's the other part. So of the 2 that you changed, you can now give yourself a mark in that one of them. Your choice.
Sandy falls under wild or Knight?
Yes. Wild.
So for this, when we're marking a circle, are we marking this under advancements, or is this the other one?
So this would be when you're changing the circle like number. That's changing the number. It can go to a max 2. It can go to a -2, I believe. For marking it, that is your advancement.
Is the dots underneath the circle numbers, the circle ratings?
That is your
that's your
circle
status.
That's your circle status. Yes, so that's different, and that only changes if you have a specific move that says so, or if you take if you take an advancement like once you level.
Okay.
Unless Savannah, you were gonna go do yours, I can.
I'm ready.
Just
trying to make sure I'm clicking the right things.
Totally.
I don't know how to play this game. I think so I'm gonna shift mine. I mean Juno's like really invested in doing this for the humans. Is a thing.
Yeah.
Gotta help out the humans.
Yeah, like
give the humans some tasty food.
Like it's good, like it's good for her and her circle, but also like she's trying to make sure that like the humans, they get some food that isn't shitty.
Gotta help out.
She's good about that. So yeah, so I'm gonna up my to +1 to Mortalis. And I think I'm gonna take that away from Knight, so they're both a +1.
Okay. And so now you can mark an advancement in either Mortalis or Knight.
Yeah, so I'm gonna mark that with Mortalis, just I think because of her the way that she is meaning for this to come across. We'll see if it actually does, but
excellent.
I am going to say that the bad fortune telling is going to negatively impact wild for Leah. She'll drop that down to a -1. And this is the place that Leah's trying to help right now is in Juno's territory, which I assume is Knight. Area. This is a Knight neighborhood. So I'm gonna up Knight by 1.
Cool.
Which will put it at a 0.
Hey.
And I'm gonna highlight my wild for advancement.
Sweet.
Um,
I don't believe we've had anyone get 4 filled dots yet, right? Maybe 2 or 3. Okay, cool. All right,
Yeah,
and
but
Gus.
the Gus. I think I'm gonna take away 1 from Night because of the planning of whatever's going on with the Mother of Monsters, and they're interfering with basically everyone else's peace. That does not sit well. I'm gonna add it to Leah's power.
Leah's power, yes.
Yeah, I'll add it to power because of the premonition Leah had. He's gonna be relying on that a bit.
So you can add an advancement in one of those.
Put in power.
Excellent.
It's about drive. It's about power.
All right. That was our first time through that, so does that kind of make sense how we do that at the... Okay. And we'll count up. We counted up, filling circles in at the end. If you want to track that as we go, whatever makes more sense for you, just let me know if you end up filling all 4 and you get to take an advancement, because that's fun. Yeah, let's jump through some stars and wishes, shall we? We'll go back around and reiterate who you are, and if you have anything you'd like to plug. We'll start with Val.
Hello, everybody. Once again, I'm Val. I'm at the Crichton's Crown, and I run stuff here, so check me out. Stars and wishes. I'm gonna give my star to Max or Alex for some good dad moments today. Very much like the dynamic of having our group Papa. So that was a lot of fun. Plus, being a voice of reason is always a good thing to have in these games. Wishes. Boy, it's like everything's a wish right now. It's
The sky's the limit.
the sky's the limit. I'm just going to be the first person to say that because I know it's going to come up, is that we need to have we called them balls in the last game. I think parties, something. There needs to be a big party at some point because we've done it in every season.
Gonna make Juno go to a party?
Yep. Gonna make Juno
we are
go to a
gonna
party.
make.
She
Juno
barely
go to
functions
a
in her own
party.
kitchen.
Wait, you mean a warehouse rave?
Ew.
We're not going to get into
Excellent.
discussions of whether a warehouse is a lycanthrope in this game. We've been through that before.
We've been through that.
Is Max's house a warehouse because Juno's there?
We're moving on. No.
Every house a warehouse is when you don't know where it is.
I hate it here.
I'll do
Savvy,
you one
save
better.
us.
Who house?
You know I
Who else?
can't.
I know.
Hi, I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets. I am here Thursdays through Mondays, and I am on LB Hackamuff's channel Sunday nights, and just in general, I exist on the internet a lot. And I've been Juno. My star is gonna go to Val, because Leah just came in real hard and fast, and was I feel like everybody did this incredibly well today, but just something really struck me about how sort of established Leah's character felt, just like right off the bat. Tell you what, here's a real GGK throwback that some of these kids will remember. She reminds me of Rose.
Yeah.
From the first time we played Masks a million freaking years ago, and Alex was there for that. But there's just this, I don't know, there's just something to be said for, I felt like I knew her. As soon as she showed up, I was like, yep, this bitch, I know how she is. And was nice. It was nice and fun. So good job. And my wish. Oh boy. I don't want to get like too deep first session, but I'm going to. It is going to be exceptionally hard for Juno's intimacy move to come up. It's going to be really hard for her.
But you still want it to
And
happen.
Of course. Of course, we gotta force Juno out of their comfort zone for sure. But yeah, that is a thing that I think, like, thinking a bit forward is gonna be very hard for her, and so I think it would be really fun for everybody else to kind of pull on that some.
I think it's a noble goal for all of us to have. I like it.
She's anxious. She's been through a lot.
Adore.
Protect her. Protect that child.
Protect a child.
Yeah.
Excellent. RJ.
Hey, everybody, I'm RJ, and you can catch me here sometimes, well, most of the time, on Thursdays and Saturdays. Otherwise, whenever I go live, I tweet. So look out for that. You know, I got a message about a future project, and I'm excited for it. But yeah, stars and wishes, stars. God. Can I give one to the entire cast because I love these kids?
You can do whatever you want.
First session, like, I love Leah's energy. Just very, all right, what's up, fuckers? Max's dad, Juno's like sweet girl. If anything happens to Juno, I'm murdering everyone in like a 5-mile radius besides like Otis, because I need him around. And Wally coming out swinging with Sandy up, just like, it's amazing. Wishes, God, so many wishes. I want to see what the Mother of Monsters up to and what's going on there. Like, ma'am? What do you want from us? Why don't you want the rankles to be rankles?
We'll see.
Also, headcanon, there is a Rankle 151. It is basically distilled from rankles. It's an alcohol.
I hate it, but you're right. Someone would have eventually
Yeah.
fucking done it.
Because isn't vodka
It was
just
Sandy.
potatoes?
Sandy did it. Sandy did it.
It's
No, Sandy
Malort.
did it.
It's basically Malort.
Oh god, it is Malort, but
Like,
somehow worse.
Like, Sandy grabbed a bunch of rankles and just, it was like at 3 a.m. in the morning, Max was asleep and just banging on the door. He's like, make these into a drink, and then just shoved it into his hands and left.
Oh,
Sandy.
God, I hate it, but it makes sense.
But it made me so much money.
Sandy spends so much time thinking about whether they could.
Didn't stop.
No, I don't
Whether
think
they
about whether I
should.
should. I think about whether I can.
Sandy.
Sandalphon.
Amazing. Thank you, RJ. Alex.
Hello, I'm Alex, OMG, some guy on the internet, mostly here, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Mistborn Saturdays, also Sundays on LB's channel with Savvy. My star, I think, is going to go to Wally and Sandy for the whole, like, I mean, this is going to sound slightly egotistical, but for the whole, the bit of praising Max, because that got me and Max flustered, and I was picturing Max as being just totally like, I'm, just seeing it all as too cool for all this stuff, and then it's like, thank you, and not knowing how to handle it.
Oh no, I'm leaning hard into the fact that, like, you ever watch like What We Do in the Shadows, how Matt Berry's character is
I have
just
not
like
yet. It's on the list.
It's just this whole thing of where how there is everyone like puts like standard beauty on a pedestal. Sandy, on the other hand, is ready to put like inner beauty on a pedestal, and that is what he meant with Max. Is that you got that inner beauty and you show it off, and you don't care what anyone says, and that's the most beautiful thing in the world. So that's why he puts him on this pedestal like that.
We stan one dad.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
And then, gosh, my wish. I mean, as long as we're on the dad theme, there definitely needs to be a Papa Bear's angry moment.
Dad, one of the kids got hurt. He got bullied on the playground.
Dad, mad. I like it. Excellent. Wally!
What's up, y'all? It's me, Wally, your favorite non-binary slime best friend on the internet, who's also your 4-time TTRPG Gifts nominated streamer. So please vote for Unmade Gaming and Super Dylan. Please vote now. Thank you. You have it until the 29th to vote. Oh boy, I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna be insufferable until the voting closes. And boy, if I win, oh boy, it's a wrap for all of you. Yeah, my stars and wishes. My stars. I gotta give it to Alex, because oh my gosh, I fucking love Max so much as a character, because I love the characters who are the older mentors of like a group. I always love characters like that, and the fact that we have one in this group just makes me so happy. And I love Max, who's just ready for dad moments. Like, I'm waiting for him to bust out the grill one day, maybe build a deck for us and talk about it. My wishes, maybe it's kind of selfish, but the wish is going into what we talked about, Sid, in private about Sandy's backstory. I cannot wait to reveal that.
Sandy backstory.
That's all.
Excellent. And I'm Sid. I've been Sid. Also the Fae-cilitator. You can find me here a lot. Yeah. Man, I'm kind of in RJ's boat. I don't. There's just so hard to pick one thing. I'm gonna say star goes. Okay, it has to be the cat thing. My star goes to RJ for just having the blue Russian cat just floating around the house for several scenes. That did make me very happy. Yeah. For the floating cat bit.
Well, that also reminds me, I definitely need to do more. Hey, let's remind everyone that Sandy is a giant cat. I gotta have more moments like that.
And I know about it now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Juno
you
knows.
do. And my wish is to I wanna incorporate more about these like solar punky technologies. Like, I'm just gonna be asking a bunch of questions. Like, I set up all this stuff. I was like news cameras and all this stuff. How that work though? How these things work in our setting? How do stuff work in solar punk? You tell me.
Magnets, how do they work?
How do they work? If you have any ridiculous ideas along the way, please just shout them out to me throughout the sessions, and they will
I've
become
got
canon.
one now if you want it.
Yes, yes,
So,
very quickly, because we've gone so over
Yes.
tonight. But go ahead.
You know how the smell of fresh cut grass is actually the chemicals of grass being like, I'm in danger, I'm being destroyed.
Mhm.
And like the news broadcast is being transmitted along the same thing of like a weird pheromone thing. So rather than like up to a satellite and back, it's just the cameras are plugged into giant flowers, and those transmit to, similar flowers back at the news station.
That's really cool.
I
you
like that a
get
lot.
news via pheromones.
satellite.
Dude walking out with a ficus, puts it down, puts a USB cord in the dirt.
Yo, man, pass me the aux cord. Let you plug it like a
Satellite
spider
equals
grass into a wall.
pheromones. I love that shit. That's fucking amazing. Yes. All of that. All of those things. If they come to you in the middle of the night, just DM me. It'll be fine. Yeah. We did it. Hey. And we'll be back in a couple weeks. We are going to be on hiatus for all of the holidays. So I believe the next time that we will all see each other in this lovely time spot, in this lovely date, shall be the 6th of January. That sounds right. In the New Year's. Yeah, that sounds right. So in 3 weeks. But then we'll be back to a weekly schedule. We'll make it happen. But I'm glad we got this in and you all can contemplate what the hell the Mother Monsters is doing right now. For a couple weeks. It'll be great. I'm sure whatever you come up with is far worse than what I actually end up doing. But that's what's fun. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you, as always, to my amazing players. You all make this shit fun and easy. Because y'all are amazing. Join us tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern, new time, earlier time, for Neon Souls and the rest of our shenanigans over this weekend. But otherwise, as always, a good game and good night, Internet.